What's going on, guys? Many of you may know that Coinbase recently added some new coins. Proppy, Liquidity, Inverse Finance, and Polyswarm were all recently added to Coinbase. Newly listed coins on Coinbase, guys. And I just want to shout out DK Crypto 503 real quick because you can see that he actually uploaded a video announcing these 4 coins on Coinbase a day before they were released and launched on Coinbase. So he had the heads up right there. He gave you guys the heads up. So definitely subscribe to DK Crypto 503 if you haven't, man, and check out all his videos. But we're gonna jump into one of the coins in this video. We're gonna be talking about Polyswarm, and I do have the chart pulled up here on dextools.io, and it's got the full length chart here on DexTools for Polyswarm, or Nectar, the ticker NCT. And you can even take it out here, and you can see it's got the full long-term chart. You can see that it was just pretty flatline. But we're gonna dive into the price action here for Nectar or Polyswarm. We're gonna throw it on like the 15-minute, analyze the shorter-term time frame to see what's happening with the current pullback. But first, I just want to dive into what Polyswarm actually is really quickly. Currently trading at 12 cents, up 58% right now. Earlier today, it was up quite a bit more, actually. Current market cap, 196 million, guys. $196,665,895 market cap right now. Market cap is up 58% as well. So Polyswarm is actually a cybersecurity company that helps users, enterprises, and corporate security teams detect and gather intelligence on new and emerging malware. Polyswarm's crowdsources competing security software from antivirus companies and specialized security experts to expand large enterprises' coverage and protection against cyber threats. So this is really cool. And also, suppliers are economically rewarded based on accuracy with Polyswarm's token Nectar, or ticker NCT. So very cool. I mean, something that, we haven't really seen a lot of, I don't believe, in the crypto space. I think this is really cool. There may be other projects doing this, but not any that are gaining any traction that I know of. And their mainnet is live. And if you scroll down here on their website, you can actually try out their cybersecurity tools here. You can actually scan files or URLs for threats. So I think that's pretty cool that you can also scan URLs for threats. Pretty cool. So I haven't actually tried this, but if you guys want to check that out, you can. And I was going to, take a look at some of the information regarding like how this actually works and how, this project operates. But a lot of it was way, way, way out of my league as far as like technical stuff and, cybersecurity. So I just really decided to stay away from doing any kind of trying to explain any of that stuff. But I did notice that they have some stats here on their marketplace, and I thought this was interesting. I wanted to point this out. So the test net, which is, that's basically you're testing out the blockchain. And then the mainnet, once it launched, it shows you transactions here. So you can see down here on the test net, 7-day daily average transactions was 31 million transactions on the test net. NCT flows, not exactly sure what that means. NCT the flows, I'm not really sure what that means. 31 million. But over here on the test net, 7-day daily average Nectar value in USD was $886,440 in Nectar value. So that was on the test net. Obviously, guys, the main net just launched, and you can see already since launch, the value in Nectar on the main net is $2,784. Okay, and 63,000 transactions just since the mainnet has launched. So that's pretty significant amount of transactions, considering it just recently launched. All right, guys, so real quick, let's go ahead and jump into the Polyswarm chart, or the Nectar chart. I like it, man. Nectar. I like it. All right, so like I said, I did want to just throw it down here on the short-term time frame, but actually first, let's go ahead and throw it back out here on like the hourly or the 4-hour, because I wanted to scroll all the way back here and just point this out, man. When you go back and look at this this price action here in the previous, when it was first created, first launched, when the token was first launched, I just want to point out like how choppy, this is. You have some flatline areas like this, and then you had a little bit of a move up there. And I really just wanted to point out how similar that is to how AJC, or Average Joe Crypto Token, is looking in the current chart, right? You got some nice moves, some flat lines, perfect little launch here of this token, right? Average Joe Crypto token. And if you want to know more about AJC or the Average Joe Memecoin token, you can just go to averagejoecrypto.io to check it out, guys. It is available on Uniswap. And of course, as always, not financial advice, not investment advice. Do your own research. Disclaimer down below. Let's jump into this chart, man. So, Polyswarm, guys. Let's take a look at what this looks like in the current price action on the short-term time frame. I did want to point this out, man. You did have a nice little run up here back in towards the end of December, the middle of December. And then, of course, the big news was dropped. It gained traction, and then it went wild. So currently on the 4-hour time frame, even on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that they're starting to produce decent market structure, lots of volume too, within these 4-hour candles. So very nice here for Polyswarm. And we drop it to the hourly, you can see that we did get a little slight pullback here. And now that we are starting to get some actual decent structured price action here in this chart, you can see that now we can actually potentially start putting in some technicals and using some technicals on this chart. I just want to point this out really quickly. The fact that, you know, this current pullback you've seen to 11 cents came down and got you to perfectly test your previous resistance from right here. So, I mean, already playing out very nicely, in my opinion, right? Very nice, healthy pullback here down to your previous resistance levels. And you've already gotten a little bit of a bounce there on this current hourly candle. So what I'm going to just do is put in some possible resistance, since we do have this top back here. And now we have this area of resistance up here. And I'm going to stretch this on out. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in this support, potential support down here, right? Obviously, with this being just recently launched on Coinbase and, you know, still fairly new and everything, it's, you know, it's good to just take this with a grain of salt, right? Because this could easily change very, very quickly here, as it is such a newly listed coin on Coinbase. So just take it with a grain of salt, right? But I just want to throw in some support and resistance levels to possibly get an idea of what might happen next. Now, granted, I do believe that if we bounce here for this coin for Polyswarm or Nectar, I do believe that this resistance might not play out. Okay, you know, you would normally expect to come up here, test that resistance, and get another pullback down to your previous resistance here, and then bounce off of that as support, and then continue to the upside. If you don't break this and then come down, right? That's what I would expect for just, you know, your average, you know, already dominantly well-known coins, you know, and everything. But with this being fairly new on, you know, very new on Coinbase and new to many people, as it is such a new project, I think that it's likely you could see a nice breakout of this. And let's just get an idea of where that might get you. So if you were to get a nice breakout of that, we could speculate this as a potential, you know, sort of rising channel here. And we do have a potential target we could throw in here. If we come up here, say around January 14th, let's go ahead and say, or excuse me, today is January 14th. Let's just say that, you know, this is the hourly time frame, guys. I think this thing could run up here within the next 6 hours or so. Definitely could run up here. So let's just say sometime by potentially by early morning, guys. Early morning. It's early morning right now because I'm up super late recording these videos. But yeah, sometime today, guys, sometime today, we could see this thing run on up to around the 20-cent range potentially, unless, you know, of course, it breaks support, gets dumped on or whatever. All those early bag holders might be trimming some positions, taking a little profit. You know, I mean, I don't blame them, right? If you got in early on a project, you know, if you were in on the white list and everything, you know, if you got in super early, you know, obviously I would expect some profits to be taken, unless you're just, you know, super attached to the project. You know, you fully believe in it, you want to just hodl it all the way through, right? But a lot of people are probably going to take some profits. I mean, obviously, you know, you had a little bit of profit taken right there, right? But if we run up here, we come up to test that resistance near 20 cents, right? Currently trading at 12 cents. That resistance would be up here at around 20 cents, guys. That would put you in your resistance right here, right? On this line of resistance here. So 20 cents looks like possible resistance to me for Polyswarm. And then if we get a breakout of that, if we do not get rejected at the 20-cent mark, then we could potentially run on up to possibly 25, 26 cents. That would be that little bit of that measured move. You could speculate a little bit higher potentially if you were to put the measure move here and measure the middle of the pattern. You could speculate it a little bit larger. That would probably only get you a little bit higher, probably to about 30 cents potentially. Yeah, it looks like about 28 or 30 cents. So really, you're looking at about 26 to 30 cents, guys. Basically, that's what I would expect. If Polyswarm comes up and breaks this resistance, I would expect about 26 to 30 cents on that breakout. Now, obviously, you could easily, you could easily just come up here to that resistance and get rejected by it. Obviously, you could come up here to the resistance, and then you could have that pullback like I mentioned. You could catch a bounce at your previous resistance. That would get you a nice little bounce up here to come back and test that trend line. And then if you were to get a break, then we could still see that breakout to 26 to 30 cents. And also a little bit of resistance potentially at 14 cents, a little bit of resistance potentially about 14, 15 cents. And then, of course, you got that previous top at about 17 cents. That might likely play as resistance potentially. I don't really think so, though, because this project seems to have gained a lot of traction. As soon as it was listed on Coinbase, it pumped like crazy. So a lot of people were really interested in this project and buying this token. So with that being said, some of these minor short-term resistance levels may not even be significant enough to even pay attention to. We may blast right through them. I think that is a very likely possibility. And real quick, of course, if you do break support for some reason, right? If, like I said, if some people decide to start taking profits on this, if they're still up a considerable amount, we can bring this down here and speculate a downside move. That's going to get you down here to about the 6 cent range. Okay. And that actually makes sense. If you break your support and you go bearish there, the 6 cent range actually makes sense because look at your support back here, right there at the 6 cent range. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, smash up the likes on the way out. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Drop those comments in the comment section. Don't forget to go check out DK Crypto 503's channel also. And of course, visit averagejoecrypto.io to check out the Average Joe meme coin. It's unlike any other meme coins with a low total max supply of only 100 million tokens ever created, giving it the potential to grow in price and value dramatically as the community continues to grow. And we now have merch available on the website as well. Just some basic cryptocurrency merch right now. You can get you a Bitcoin pillow here. You can also get you a coffee mug that says bullish, bearish, and has the Bitcoin logo on the backside. Or you can get a Bitcoin t-shirt as well if you want to help support the channel and help support the Average Joe Crypto project. But there will be more merch coming soon. I plan on adding some altcoin merch. We're going to mess around with some different ideas for the merch. Definitely going to be some Average Joe Crypto merch on here as well. We got to put the Average Joe Crypto merch on there, right? We can't just have Bitcoin merch, but definitely altcoin merch because, I know you guys love your altcoins, right? I love my altcoins too. Not big on Bitcoin. I've held some Bitcoin. I've had some Bitcoin, but super big on the alts, right? So definitely got to get us some altcoin merch on the website. But definitely come to the website and check it out if you want to check out Average Joe Crypto. And as always, have a wonderful day, guys. Thanks so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.